Welcome back to the Runaway Roses. We were challenged by Dory and Minna to do the 10 RV question challenge.
So if you don't know who they are, they have a great YouTube channel, and they have a fiberglass camper much like ours, but theirs is a fifth wheel. So check them out. We'll put a link below. They got a great channel, a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and get into the 10 questions. So here's number 1.
So what is the one thing you would change about your RV? Well, for me, the one thing I would change about our RV is in our Bigfoot we had outdoor speakers, and we love to listen to music, and I would add speakers to the outside of our truck camper.
That's funny because I was actually thinking the same thing, but my final decision was I would put in a dry bath like the Bigfoot has with the full fiberglass separate shower. Hands down, Bigfoot has the best dry bath showers, I think. So I would put one of those in our Northern Lite.
And actually, you have mentioned before that the door is a little bit short, and
yeah, I would like a little bit taller door. I mean, the interior height on our camper is 6'8", so it's got plenty of headroom.
Yep.
But the door seems a little bit short. I mean, it seems like to me they could make a taller door, but
there's not many things that we'd change. So
not much.
And that is more than one thing. But anyway, so number 2, what's the one thing that you did not expect when you purchased your RV? Let's see. The one thing I did not expect was how comfortable the bed would be, I guess. We went from the Casita, which was a really small bed, to the Bigfoot, and that one was a little bit bigger, and it was more comfortable just because of the way you got in and out of it. But this one is a 60 by 80 residential size queen mattress, and it is so comfortable.
It is nice. Yeah, it's pretty roomy up there, being in that cab over kind of area, and it is pretty nice. But my answer was a little bit different on our new camper that we have. The one thing that I wasn't quite expecting was the extra outdoor storage. There is a little bit more storage than in our older 05 truck camper. Where the generator area is a little bit bigger, so actually able to get quite a bit more in there, and so that's one thing I was pleasantly surprised about.
Yep. Yeah, we were a little worried about that because the Bigfoot had so much storage.
Yeah, it had a ton of storage.
Yeah, so let's see. Number 3, what was the deciding factor for purchasing your RV? Well, I think that the deciding factor for purchasing our RV, we sort of like went back and forth, and we decided that, maybe we should do something, have an RV that sort of like went along with our lifestyle of maybe doing a little bit more outdoor sports like fishing, and we four-wheel a lot, and maybe at some point in the future we'll get another Jeep. I don't know. That would be kind of cool if we could pull our Jeep along behind us when we couldn't do that with our previous RV. So that would be something to think about.
Mm-hmm. The deciding factor for me was easy: price. And we already kind of knew that we wanted to have a truck camper because we already had one, and we were thinking about getting another one. So really for me, it was just hands down, it was slam dunk. It was the price on our particular camper that we found. Yeah. So that was pretty easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I was more thinking about why we went to a truck camper from a travel trailer, but yeah, I agree. The price on the Northern Lite that we recently got was just couldn't pass that one up. Yeah. So let's see, what's your favorite camping meal? Well, I think I don't have one particular camping meal. I like anything that you can cook over like an open fire or cook on a grill. I just really think that all that kind of goes along with camping, and I sort of associate when we think about going camping, I'm like, ooh, what can I grill? I mean, I grill a lot at home too, so that goes without saying, but so.
Yeah, your answer is kind of similar to mine because although Carla cooks a lot of ribs sometimes when we go camping, which I do love that, but probably one of my favorite things about camping is having a baked potato that's cooked in the fire. Yeah. So it seems like a baked potato, and you pull it out of the fire, and it's been cooking down there in the coals. It's just perfectly cooked, and I love that. It's awesome.
Yeah, and
s'mores.
Yeah,
I love s'mores.
And what we do with potato is we'll wash it off and sprinkle some salt around it and wrap it up in some heavy duty aluminum foil, stick it down in the fire, and leave it in there for, I don't know, it's like an hour, 20 minutes or something, and it makes a perfect baked potato.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, I would agree with you on that one. Let's see, what is your must-see destination? Well, I would absolutely love to travel in parts of Canada, and I think that maybe like Newfoundland. I think I would really love to see that. It'll be a long time before we're able to do that because we work full time, and I just couldn't take that time off from work. But I would absolutely love to see and other parts of Canada. I just, that's just one thing I'd love to see.
Yeah, it'd be great. I don't really have a specific answer. My answer to this question is, because there's so many places I have not been to, specifically out west, I would like to go. I love seeing like big sky country, whether it's, maybe the desert would be really cool, or Moab, or somewhere where it's very scenic and, a giant view of the mountains and that sort of thing. I love big sky country. So nowhere specific, but there's just so many places to see out west. So I just want to go out there.
We haven't done a whole lot of camping, any further than like say Virginia and as far west as North Carolina, Tennessee. We haven't done a whole lot.
Southeast really.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So we have a whole lot of places that we really want to see, and eventually we will. So
yeah, when we get the time.
Yeah. So what number 6? What is your favorite thing about RVing? Well, I think my favorite thing about RVing is I would say the freedom of, doing what you want to do. Like, whenever you make travel plans to go stay in a hotel and do those kind of things, it seems like it's more, structured or something. And I just kind of like to look at the places where we're going to go camping and say, well, maybe we can do this, maybe we can do that. I don't know. I just kind of like the freedom of not really like a firm plan. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's probably what a lot of RVers tend to like. But for me, my favorite thing about RVing is it's kind of like having a vacation house everywhere you go.
Yeah.
Because you got your own little space, and and so you take it. You can go to the mountains. You got a mountain house. You can go to the beach. You got a beach house. You can go to the lake. You got a lake house. So that's my favorite thing about RVing. Just taking your house with you, basically.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Vacation house.
That's it. That's a good one, yeah. Number 7, what is your least favorite thing about RVing? And I've heard a lot of people talk about this, and they all say the same thing, and I'm pretty much going to say the same thing. I don't really have a least favorite thing about RVing. I do hate, when I know that we're having to pack up to get ready to go home. Actually, I take that back. I think packing is probably my least favorite thing. Like the actual act of packing everything up.
Yeah, that's true. My least favorite thing is having to load up in the rain, especially on a cold, wet, rainy morning when you got to pack up. That is no fun. But I was gonna second Dory and say my least favorite thing is having to pack up and go home. But packing up in the rain it's bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure most everybody out there has probably done it, and so we all know it's no fun.
It really stinks. Yeah, we know that. So, all right, moving on to number 8. What is on your wish list for your next RV? Well, let's see. I really love the truck camper, and we haven't done a whole lot in it yet. I guess we've had a truck camper since last July. But we sort of like went back and forth as far as like the actual like truck to haul it. And I if I could, I think the perfect setup would be like maybe a flatbed truck with like an overlanding camper. And I know that seems like extremely different than anything that we've had, but it just seems so cool. And I've seen channels like,
hey, you never know. Stay tuned.
like I've seen channels like I follow a few of them, Bound for Nowhere, and more recently like We're the Russos, and they're doing all these building of their off-road overlanding vehicles, and that just seems so cool to me.
Yeah,
so
Down
maybe,
to Mob, that's a cool.
Yeah,
channel.
Down to Mob.
Yeah.
But I just think like that, would be cool in the future at some point, and that's probably like my.
It looks like a lot of fun, but they're almost all out west where there's some good overlanding, not over here in the East Coast. But
never know.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, for me, I'm pretty happy with our camper right now. I would definitely prefer to have like a really super awesome truck. That would be pretty cool.
Fully loaded F-450.
Yeah, something like that. Fully loaded F-450 would probably be my choice if I could do that. I don't think either one of us really have any anticipation of going to anything really too much bigger. We don't want a fifth wheel and or Class A or anything. I mean, they're great. Don't get me wrong. They're fantastic, but it's just not for us. Not right now, anyhow. So
the biggest we would go, I think, would be like a Bigfoot, the 25-foot Bigfoot.
Yeah, we do love those,
and we love those.
Yeah.
So, like as we get older, who knows? We might move to one of those.
Yeah.
But that would be the biggest.
That'd be big enough for two people.
Yeah,
it's good. So.
Yeah, we have some friends with those, and they're really nice.
Yeah, and they all love them.
Yep.
So
let's see, number 9. What is your favorite adult beverage at camp? So I would say I like it when I take the low-calorie margarita mix and make margaritas. I think those are really good at camp for as far as like a refreshing drink at camp.
That's good.
So.
Well, mine's easy. Mine's a Blue Moon. So
I like those too.
I love Blue Moon. So
that's our go-to.
Yeah, that's a go-to there. Yeah.
Yep. So let's see. Last but not least, what is your favorite RV accessory? I would say, and this kind of goes back to what would you change about your RV, but I would say that our Bluetooth speaker is probably my number one accessory. And, well, I'll add to that. I would say those zero gravity chairs. I love those where you can lay back and just relax at camp. So those two things are probably.
Yeah, that's a good choice. One of my favorite RV things as far as our particular camper that we have is in the basement storage area. It's got a big long pull-out container that put all the stuff in because the storage area is so deep that I can't reach in there. So I love having that container thing. That is really great, and the wireless remote control for the legs, for the Happy Jacks is pretty awesome too.
Yeah, we didn't have the long tray in our previous truck camper, and I would have to say that does make a huge difference because you can get so much more stuff pushed back in there and be able to get it out too. So it helps with storage for sure.
Not super exciting, favorite little thing, but sometimes it's the little things that make a big difference when you're out camping. Yeah.
So that wraps up our 10 RV question challenge. We'd like to challenge 2 other channels. Hashtag Why We Work. I know them through a friend, and we've followed them along, and they have really good information on their channel. They're actually in California, and they did get to do a whole lot of really cool camping out there. So maybe at some point in the future we'll get to meet up with them. But we challenged them to do the questions, and also our good friend John Holderfield, who he's just now getting back into his videos. He has a YouTube channel called My Scamp Travel Trailer Adventures, and we challenge him as well. So thanks for tuning into this episode, and we hope you've learned some things about us maybe that you didn't know. And we'll see you next time on Runaway Roses.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.